Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Lagos State government targets over $3 million in investment through partnerships for startups as state contingent stamps Dubai for tech show. Federal government gives approval for marketers to lift fuel from Dangote refinery. On the foreign scene, United Kingdom condemns Israel's attacks on UN bases in Lebanon. And in sport, Captain Trust Ekong backs homegrown coaches for Super Eagles job. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State government is looking at getting over $3 million in investment into the state through various partnerships for startups and existing companies. Commissioner for Science, Technology and Innovation Tubosun Alaki stated this as the Lagos State government is leading a team of startup and established technology and innovation companies to GTEx 2024 holding in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Alaki, who said Lagos is already reaping the dividends of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's investment in the technology sector, said startups from Lagos have now been expanding to other markets. He said Lagos' visibility in the tech ecosystem is paramount, and this has been achieved to a greater length with the state presence and contributions at GTEx. GTEx, the biggest tech show in the world, connects people with industry leaders from big tech, global government, innovative startups, expert investors, and corporate buyers. The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, will lead the state delegation to the Global Technology event, which will be held from October 13 to 18. In a bid to foster a love for farming among school children, wife of Lagos State Governor Bijoke Sanwo-Olu has welcomed over 700 pupils from both primary and secondary schools across the state into the Young Farmers Club. This initiative aligns with the vision of the wife of the President, Oluremi Tinubu, and aims to encourage students to adopt modern farming techniques and contribute to Nigeria's food security and economic diversification. Speaking during the induction ceremony, which was held in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems in commemoration of this year's World Food Day, Mrs. Sanwo-Olu emphasized the critical role agriculture plays in Nigeria's economy, describing it as the backbone of sustenance for decades. She lauded Mrs. Tinubu for her steadfast commitment to improving the lives of Nigerian families through the Renewed Hope initiative, which covers sectors such as fashion, empowerment, and agriculture. Earlier, Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Alusoya, encouraged the pupils to recognize the opportunities within the agricultural sector, stating that they could build a future in the state food systems while also contributing to the society. Oyo State government has banned heavy-duty trucks and articulated vehicles on the newly inaugurated Iseyin Faculty of Bumosho Road. Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dotun Oyelade, said the decision became the road, which he said was pivotal for enhancing agrarian transportation, trade, and intercity commuting. Oyelade stressed that the Ministry of Public Works had to act immediately to prevent damage to the road, which was designed for lighter vehicles such as cars and buses. Also, Commissioner for Public Works Daudu Shangodoyi said the move came in response to the diversion of heavy-duty vehicles from the uncompleted Ibadan-Oyo-Ogbomoso road. He added that the incursion of heavy-duty trucks and trailers could affect the road structurally, despite its resilience, and defeat the purpose for which it was built. The Iseyin Fakulty of Bumosho Road, spanning 76.67 kilometers, was inaugurated on May 30, 2024. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has given approval for marketers to begin the lifting of premium motor spirit, popularly known as fuel, from the Dangote refinery without going through the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, in a statement said the move followed a directive from the Federal Executive Council and the implementation of the new Naira-based sales mechanism. With the move, marketers can now negotiate commercial terms directly with the refineries, which the minister said will help in fostering a more competitive market environment and enabling a smoother supply chain for petroleum products. Ed noted that the government is confident that in the long term, these manufacturers will create better market conditions for the benefit of all Nigerians. Borno State's government has received some cholera vaccines from the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and its partners to vaccinate residents against cholera. Commissioner for Health and Human Services, Baba Malam, who confirmed this in Maiduguri, said the state received 669,569 doses of the vaccine. Malam, who was represented by the Director of Disease Control and Immunization of the Borno State Primary Healthcare Development Board, Fatih Ali, said the initiative is timely, considering the potential outbreak of waterborne diseases following the recent floods in the state. Also, UNICEF Chief Maiduguri Field Office Gerida Birukali encouraged residents to accept the oral vaccines, assuring them of their safety and lack of side effects. In foreign news now, the United Kingdom says it's appalled by reports that Israel has fired on UN bases in southern Lebanon. It follows a statement from the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, which said an Israeli tank fired on UN facilities in southern Lebanon on Thursday, hitting an observation tower and wounding 2 peacekeepers. 2 more peacekeepers were injured in a separate explosion earlier. Lebanon's health ministry says the attacks, which came with no warning, killed at least 22 people and injured 117 others, but Israel has not yet commented. Meanwhile, Israel said Hezbollah fired more than 190 projectiles from Lebanon into Israel on Thursday. In sport now, Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong has voiced his support for the appointment of homegrown coaches for the senior national team. Troost Ekong spoke during a media parley at the Gatwil Akpabio Stadium ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations Group D qualifier against the Mediterranean Knight of Libya in Uyo. He said it is a good development as Eguavoin is familiar with the terrain, having passed through the ranks as a player, administrator and manager of the team for the 4th time. Eguavoin's recent appointment as Super Eagles interim manager following the resignation of Finidi George and the breakdown in negotiation talks with German coach Bruno Labbadia marks his 4th spell in charge of the Super Eagles in various capacities. He is also the head of the NFF technical department. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables out of view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 51,514 graduates applied for the graduate internship program designed to expose interns to hands-on work experience? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government is looking at getting over $3 million in investment into the state through various partnerships for startups and existing companies. The federal government has given approval for marketers to begin the lifting of a premium motor spirit, popularly known as fuel, from the Dangote refinery without going through the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. We also told you that the United Kingdom has said it is appalled by a report that Israel fired on UN bases in southern Lebanon. Finally, Sports Super Eagles captain William Trist Ekong has voiced his support for the appointment of home-based coaches for senior national team. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return trip.